Hey everybody, this is Tim Rice, your life coach and your success advisor. And today's video coaching message is, if she doesn't want to learn, let her go. Understand, as a man, being a leader, protector, and a provider, what you are up against when you are vetting your potential virtuous woman. You have to understand that the moment she comes into existence, she's being indoctrinated into systems of society that are completely detaching her from reality. You see, there's two lives you can live. You can live a life based on peace and happiness, or you can live a life based on ego and things. You see, as a man, we're designed to have it all. Meaning that men can go get the bag, money and things, and then they have to learn how to find their peace. But it is then, once that man has developed himself to be a leader, protector, and provider, that he knows and understands that if he's going to have a woman, he's going to have to teach her how to be with him. You see? Because society makes women act. Modern day society makes women act like women that aren't what God wants. I don't want to say street girls, to be honest with you. Yeah, make them act like prostitutes, or like women that truly don't know how to be with a masculine man or an alpha male. So basically, if your woman isn't a virgin, and even if she has gotten used to a world where it's okay to be promiscuous. It's okay to focus on money and things. It's okay to look at the value of men as money. But let me tell you something. As a leader, as a masculine man, as a man of God, all men that are masculine and that have value understand the value of a woman that seeks protection first. In fact, any man that knowingly gets involved with a woman and he knows that she seeks provision first, meaning a sack chaser or a gold digger, or just her conversation lets you know that she's after the money, and he goes on to take care of her, he gets what he deserves. Because real men understand that a quality woman is a woman that's vetted under his tutelage. And this is the only way you can really bring that woman into your life. Because see, once you've built yourself to your higher self, you become a man that is super conscious. And you can't be around anyone if they're not learning to be conscious like you. You see, remember, people that are focused on money and things don't really get along well with conscious people. Because see, conscious people focus on peace and happiness. And when you get your lady, she's really built for peace and happiness. But from the time she was born, she was indoctrinated into culture, into religion, into government, into politics, into the educational system, and so forth and so on. And this indoctrination brings her further away from the source and makes her an ego-based living person. You follow me on this? So as a conscious man, you bringing a woman in, you have to teach her how to act and behave. This is her investment into you. And literally, this woman has to teach you how to protect her, because before you met her, everything about her, she learned the wrong way. So you have to learn how to actually protect her, how to protect her. For example, men of value, we don't lie to our women. So before we met her, she may have had a few relationships where she was lied to, where she was cheated on, where she was talked to in an abusive way. So you have to learn how to actually protect her. And if you do not learn how to protect her, you're wasting your time. Because see, she lives in a world that it didn't protect her. So more than likely, she's going to have a complex against men because before you, she wasn't protected properly. She was taken advantage of. She was lied to. She was verbally abused, maybe. Maybe she grew up in a household that was a little too aggressive for her. So it's going to require a conscious man, a godly man, to get her back centered. Because see, she can't be virtuous until you as a man vet her and put her in that position. And no man should ever offer his leadership, protection, and provision to a woman that is combative, that is hard-headed, that has a bad attitude, that's disrespectful, that's disobedient, that's not submissive. Only feminine women deserve leadership, protection, and provision. So make sure that the woman you choose has a bodacious appetite for learning. Because if she doesn't, and she is offended by learning, you're wasting your time with her. Let her go. Remember, when you're living a conscious-based life, that's a life of abundance. That's true abundance. That's when you have not only mastered the outer game of life, but what's more important is the inner game, a game of peace. You understand? And that's something that needs to be taught, because you have to understand that women are emotional, and when they didn't get what they wanted, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. Most people, we spend our time thinking about the past, thinking about the future, especially women when they have not been taken care of properly. And they can't protect themselves, so they become overthinkers. And so you have to train them and teach them how to live in the moment, because that's only when life really is. You see? So most of the information you're going to learn about relationships are learned through frequency, vibration, energy, and behavior. You see? If the woman doesn't have a certain behavior and doesn't operate at a feminine frequency, you can't have her around you for a long period of time. Because see, we as men, we have to protect our peace. And the last thing that we want is to have a disobedient woman that doesn't know how to behave around us. So it takes a woman with a lot of patience and, like I said, a desire to learn to be around her man. Because if she doesn't, then the only way we're going to be around her is when it comes time for sexual intimacy, right? And that's it. That'll be it. And when she wants to do things for us, but if this woman wants to be in a man of value, presence, then she has to learn how to do that. And you have to be willing to have the patience to teach her. And the thing is that once most men get the bag, they really don't have a lot of patience. That's why you see older men just simply giving out the bag, because most of the men don't want to be bothered. It's not worth it. It's more fun and more, it brings them more passion to just make more money. And it's a drop in the bucket to just say, here, take this, lady, get out my face, you know? And that's kind of what you're seeing in society today, you know? And the men, they're just doing it unconsciously, but you don't realize that when you give somebody something real easy, it hurts them in the end. You know, you're dating young women, and then let's say they start to get a little older, they start hitting the wall, like they say, and guess what? It becomes very, very painful for those women, because they're used to getting things very easily, and then now all of a sudden they're getting older, they're gaining weight, they're becoming a little more aggressive, and then things don't come that easy anymore. So as men, we really have to think about the energy we're putting out, because everything comes back to us. It's called karma. So as a man, the last thing we want to do is bring suffering into our life based on something that we could have changed. So as men, you have a direct responsibility that if you're going to be interacting and being in relationships with women, that you teach them. They have to learn. They have to be vetted properly. And you have to literally train them to be a Proverbs woman, a virtuous woman. And it's very difficult. It's something that it probably almost won't ever happen, you know? But what's better? You spend your life never really having any true value outside of money and be okay with that? Or you actually learn a skill, how to manage a woman, and you get much more out of life. Because see, once we get the bag, it's no fun just saying, here, take this and let's have, let's get together every once in a while. You really haven't gained anything. It becomes a little boring, actually. So, make sure you got a woman that wants to learn, man. And if she doesn't, like I said, don't waste your time on it. Yeah, make that bag, get that bag, get a bigger bag, make the money, travel, see the world. But do not, under any circumstances, attempt to take care of a woman that does not listen and that does not want to learn. Hey, like it, subscribe it, share it. Give me some comments down below. Let me know what you think. This is Tim Rice. Stay strong.